Okay, so I have made some updates, done a couple of new things, which I think are coming out kind of cool. But I have to implement the data part of them. So I'm not sure. Can you listen to classical music? Is classical music royalty free? I don't know if classical music is royalty free. Is that a thing? Let me see. Is classical music copyright free for use in streaming? Let's try this. Upbeat, copyright free classical music. Let's see, does such a thing exist? Yeah, but it has to be kind of long because I don't want to be Let's see if this stuff works. Oh, no. Oh, what am I looking at? Elements? Ah, nah, these guys are expensive. And you can't just play a bunch. Supposedly you can put together your own. That's a sponsored thing. Working alone, deep focus. Alright, fine, let's just do this. See, epidemic sound, they do it too. Alright, fine. Just do this one.
I tried everything, coffee, Pomodoro, and binaural beats, but nothing stuck until I tried this. Brain FM is...
Alright, so what I've done so far is I'm actually trying to fix a couple of annoyances that I haven't quite figured out the cause to yet. For some bizarre reason, hey Bot, how's it going? No, for some bizarre reason, my code keeps stopping in the weirdest places. It's not even where I have a breakpoint. There's no obvious error. Bezzy seems to think the issue is that there's some kind of error happening in a in a service class. So in other words, it's not my code, but it might be my data causing this service class to fail. But it's not. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. See how it goes to this point here. And I assume I mean, Bezzy uses Claude 4.6. I don't know that Claude could figure this out if I was to go use Claude any better than Bezzy can. But it is kind of a nuisance because it keeps stopping here. And I don't have any idea why. Entity mapper is null. Name plays. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. This is weird. And I'm getting fed up with it because it's like a rabbit hole thing that I don't even know what the cause is. It's like it'd be a hard one for me to fix, short of Yeah, I don't know. Short, short of miracles, I don't know. And then it goes through all these dang things, and it's driving me bonkers, and I don't know how to get around it. So anyway, I've added in this coach object. So you can see here, I now see in my league, I have created a, oh wait a minute, it was in here. Difficulty. Where'd it go? Oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's in the teams. Haha, looking at the wrong thing. Teams. So now we have the coach ID, which means I can now use that coach ID to go grab the coach pieces for my application, which is going to allow me to display coach information here. So you can see that my I still have my team captains on here, so you can still click on them and oops, wrong thing, click on it, and you see this. Now, part of the problem why this is looking weird is because for some reason it's not zooming all the way. Hey Nintendo, how's it going, man? I don't know why my image is not zooming all the way in. it was before, so I got to go figure out what the logic and what's going on there. But once I get it to zoom all the way, this should display correctly. But now I also have my coach, but I'm not loading the coach data yet. So I've added the coach to it. So now that when you select a team, you get to select a team and the coach. And the coach is going to have certain values that I defined in my new AI architecture that I created. So it'll have things like whether he's pass focused, what his play calling influences are, like whether or not it's mostly him, GM, DC, whether he lets the offensive coordinator do some of the play calling, whether he lets the DC do some of the play calling, whether he gives a high percentage options to the general manager. And the idea is that I can give it some kind of tweaks to all the coaches. They can all have some variety of what they're going to do and how they're going to behave when the games are being called. So when it's calling plays, what are the influences he has? What's his direction? And he's also going to be whether or not he's a pass, run, or balanced type quarterback or coach. And even the offensive and defensive coordinators, if they exist, right now I have them in the system. I haven't been loading them, but if they are on a team, they'll be able to do other, they'll have their own set of values. Additionally, things like these coaches will also have things like what's their abilities, in other words, what they might do. Like maybe they're a motivator, or they're a technical expert, or the different things that a coach might excel at that they can help train players to become better. I might give them bonuses in certain things. Some of these I want them to be coach bonuses that only affect your players in the time that the coach is there. So in other words, if I give a coach the ability to say, for example, to have your guys train faster, get XP better, that's kind of broken if not all the coaches can do that, right? Because, okay, so your guys are improving, but that means other teams aren't getting those benefits. And it's kind of a cheat code to making your guys, get better faster. And I don't know if I like that. And it's really not about getting better faster. It just allows them the opportunity to get better faster. It's a little different because the way my leveling system is set up, it's not guaranteed. Success is not a guarantee. Players can actually go backwards based on failure rates. Not way backwards, but generally what will end up happening is, more than anything, they just won't get better. They'll top out. And there are possibilities where they'll have dips where they have low morale and they actually can play worse. But it's not really going to be a matter of getting worse. They just may never improve. And the longer they go without improving, the lower their potential gets. The lower their potential gets, the harder it is for them to improve. But at the same time, it goes the other direction. If they're successful a lot, they get their potential drives up. They can get more momentum. They can get more positive effects. They can actually increase their potential, which also increases the ability for these guys to get better. So if I was to do something like that, I wouldn't like make them get experience quicker, but maybe he might have an influence on their potential, on how well they can succeed. Give them a little bit more chances to succeed, but not guarantee it. So it doesn't, you know, a guy who's just not going to get there is just not going to get there. See this is one of the things that's just been driving me crazy. I've got this auto syncing going on, which is supposed to help get my back ends in sync with the front end application, but it keeps stopping in the code, and I cannot figure out for the life of me why it's doing that. And this isn't even a breakpoint. This is like some behind the scenes thing that's going on, and I don't know. What is this value? It says league settings. It's entity. I don't know where this is coming from or why it's failing. Count is read only. What's up, Nintendo? It's been so long since I've seen you, man. What's the latest? I know you said you were you had moved on from your setup gig the last time we talked. I don't even know. Did you know I was I don't, who's Josh Quinney? I can't beat him? Aw, man. Wow. Phew. What's he doing? Is he also a developer? What's he do? I don't even, now you make me want to look him up. No, I'm not going to look him up because you got some weird interests. I'm afraid to look people up on online when you talk about them. I was like, oh, what's this guy do? No, I feel like that's an offline only scenario. Don't look things up while you're put it. I gotta watch my step when I'm looking up stuff you suggest. All right, so I'm gonna see if Claude can do any better with this. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if there's a solution, honestly. I don't know what this weird break is, but I am at a loss, honestly. I don't know what this thing is. Why does that keep showing up on my... And then I'm getting this. This is like loading up a bunch of... What is all that? What is loading up when I do that? Why is Claude... Look at it. Why is Claude opening these windows? I think it has something to do with whatever this is, but why is that running? That is weird. Okay, just a guy with a mustache. There's none of those out there. So there's one more left. Just me and that guy. There's a lot of guys online who've got mustache. Nothing bad can happen. Famous last words. I actually had a guy who tricked me into open. Well, I'd say tricked me. Yes, he convinced me to open a link of his because I thought he was just a developer trying to, you know, I'm trying out this new app. And when I first opened it, it looked exactly like a new app. I told him, yeah, this is junk. It doesn't work, man. He said, just click the page. It'll start. Like, no, I don't want to. And then, alas, I did. And I'll forever be angry at myself for doing it. Oh well. Luckily I have antiviruses and stuff. Antivirus. I don't know. I've never actually gone to any website you've suggested. So, I've watched my step with you, man. You have some weird interests, and I don't know that it would be harmful to my computer, but it might be harmful to my mind. Sorry. Now, it's possible it's made some progress. Because if that worked, I did not see it stop in those other spots, which is important. I don't have any errors coming, that's nice. But it seems like maybe. All right, so this I need to fix. So I have my game card here. I'll look. All right, I can type in a name. A name won't hurt anything, right? Josh 20. Oh, geez. Yeah, well, that's a professional mustache there. That guy put some effort into that. Jeez, yeah. That's a make your living off your mustache kind of thing. That's Mine is just average guy mustache. Everybody's got one of these. That Josh Quinney thing is like, he can get jobs because of that mustache. Mustache centric jobs. Player info, base card dimension. All right, so we got base, play info, player info. I think I need to create one for coach info. And I probably will need a coach info side B too. And we're gonna go and then we're gonna have player info. We'll just say side A. Wait, what? No. Wait. Weird. Okay. So we're going to have this one off by norm, but first I got to turn this one off. And then we're going to go Why is this so dark? I don't think it's supposed to be that dark. Why is it that dark? All right, so what do I want to show here? Position. Position works. I mean, his position is head coach or offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. I guess they could have the same salary. Probably put salary. Heck, I could probably put salary and experience down. I might even be able to just use side A, the same for the other one. But I think I'm going to have other player info on here. That right now it's the shared top part. But that's fine. So these are the same three, but card image, card name. I need to change the card image. I need a coach. Let's see here. If I were to create yeah, don't count on it, buddy. I've got you in my sights. I know what you're all about, man. So I'm gonna try and see. I've got to start creating some images, but I want an image just for a coach, but a coach of one of my races. Is it races or species? I feel like you're being racist just by saying the word races. It's like everybody's got you wondering right now. It's like, It's like, I'm scared, man. don't want to be offending nobody. Who's that guy? Oh, the arachnids. I don't know how this is gonna be hard because I need to see. All right, let's see if AI can do this. I have a feeling it can't do this. This character is a race of creatures. The image is of a football player. In that race. Can you remove his helmet and uniform and return to me the same race posing as a head coach? I just need the bust, not the whole body. Let's see if it can do it. I lean towards no. I don't think it can do it because I don't think AI can determine what the helmet is. Look at that. Oh, they got all kinds of neat, nifty little fog going on now. It's under development. Yep. Well, it did put a hat on him. That's kind of cool. It says coach. That's a start. I don't know what that weird lines in the background are. Oh, he's looking... Well, he's got some big shoulders if that's what he's going to look like. I hope they balance out those shoulders. Holy moly, he's an ugly one, man. But he's kind of sort of similar. Spider-like coach bust. Okay. Man, I'll be danged if it didn't figure it out. Holy molies. It actually did a pretty good job. Huh. Wow. I'm kind of impressed. I don't know why it's got all the dotty things on the outside though. I didn't know my image had that, but until I gave it to him. Let's go here. Maybe I'll just use this as my default one, and then I'll so I got to edit this. Oh, can I do with this? Visual search, blur background, erase objects, remove background with paint. Can I remove background? Let's see what that does. I didn't know paint could remove back. Wow, paint removed the background. It did an okay job. Wasn't great, but it did an okay job. How about some cropping? All right, it's not awesome, but it'll do the trick for what I want. I mean, and then I will have to let's go ahead and save this. And then I will go. I gotta. This is gonna have to be one of those things I eventually start importing, but go to coaches. Oh, wrong one. Coaches. It had a heart attack. He looks grumpy like he did. That's for sure. Let's go to the coaches. 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 Oh, there it is. Okay, coach. And then I think it's new file. All right, new folder. And we'll just say public images. All right, fine. We'll just do. Oops. Oops. Oh, is it? All right, there you go. And then I think it's the same as I did with playbook, public images. Yep. All right. So then we got to go take this file that I just created. And I got to give it a new name, which will be the name of the team. Who are my arachnids? I forgot who the arachnids are. And I'll probably name them the same. So we got playbook. So these are plays. And then we got the players. Oh. The players aren't in the player? They're in the play. Where are the players at? Where did I put the players? Are they in the league? Oh, they're in the league. Why are the players in the league? Because teams should be in teams, and yeah, I have those all messed up. I could actually easily fix that, though, if I wanted to. It wouldn't make any difference at all. In fact, I think I will. Because characters, logos... Oh, I think I know why. Because they're not really... So I should probably call these, like, players. All right, so let's go back to my... Let's go back to here. Go to init system. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to break things because why not? I break things all the time. Rename. And change this to players. I think that's okay. And then I got to go to the system init. System init. System init. System init. And then we got system settings. Are those? Oh, are they in players? Where's my system settings? Oh, league. Maybe it's league settings. League system settings. Oh, there we go. Okay, so. Oh. Well, no, that's okay because it's still in teams. I didn't move its location, but this is players. So if I move the service it's in, that's going to cause me a lot more consternation than I care to I care to deal with. Yeah. What I need to do is go back over here and go to, what is it? League settings? League system settings. If I do that, I got to move the endpoints, and I have to change the endpoint names, and I have to do a bunch of other crap, and I don't know if I want to do that. It's just, I think I'm just giving myself pain and agony if I do that. You've been all right. It's just that I don't think you're going to do anything destructive. I think you're going to do something that just might not be family friendly when I when I browse to it. It's like so I got to browse to things off screen and stuff. It's the content, not the destructiveness that I'm worried about. Now, I have to worry about destructiveness from a lot of people. That's why I don't like to deal with links that people give me. But if I can do it on my own time, you know. But so I just got to do another one here. We're going to go. This one's going to be coach. Team coach. I'm just going to say coach. All right, so that one's going to be there, but then I need to add an endpoint for coaches within, which I already did. Actually, this one's going to have to be called coaches. Images, coaches. I'm trying to think if I want to do models, but I could probably do a probably another folder for like public models or something. None family friendly. What does that mean? Kind of stuff you wouldn't mind an 8-year-old stumbling upon. 8, 9, 10-year-old. Or the kind of stuff you wouldn't mind Jesus coming along and seeing. If Jesus were to walk in your door and go like, "What are you watching on your computer?" You could say, "Oh, hey Jesus, how's it going?" without being embarrassed. But it's almost like, I guess again, it comes down to what a person thinks of Jesus, right? You know, if he was real to them. And some people would be like, "Oh, well, I don't care." You know, they'd be rude and crude because he doesn't exist, and I'll tell him where to go, and blah 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 blah. But it's like, I don't know that all people. Honestly, I would think. I guess when I really think about it, I think if Jesus walked in on anybody, an atheist, an agnostic, I think they would know who he was. Because I think simply who he is would be instantly known to you. I don't think people walk up to Jesus and go, "Who's that guy?" It's just like there'd be an aura about him. And you would just know who he is. And all your agnostic atheism would be like, "Uh-oh." It's like, I don't know. That's what I think. I believe it would be just one of those things you wouldn't just go, "Who are you?" You know, they have movies and stuff where supposedly, where he's like around and people are like, "Who's this guy?" But I think maybe in his life when he was here, he was 100% man, right? I mean, like he was human. I mean, he was what we are with God's spirit, but he was still just man. But I think any future appearances by him he'd be God, right? And I don't think you'd ever not know God. I think it would be just like light bulb, bing, you would just know. What is it, man? What is it? How do you get me derailed on these things? It's like, what am I talking about? That's not what people are here for. They want to see me stumble through code. I don't want to hear me talking about stuff like that. All right, so yeah, let's get this. Oh, I wonder if I gotta figure out when I reset my database back here. I gotta figure out how to reset. I gotta figure out how to reset my app. My app is pulling down data, and it's looking at the versions that are later, so it may not be pulling down data. Huh. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to have to figure out how to reset my app. So basically it has to rebuild itself at every point. So I need to have it, when I reset the database on the back end, I need to reset the database on the app so that it builds it all. Because right now it's not doing that. The front end is just waiting, and then I go update the database and it's like, boing. Because it needs to be able to work in full deploy, right? Right now, I don't think I have everything working on the front end ready for deployment, because I don't think it's pulling all the stuff it needs to. In fact, I know it's not yet. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out images, coaches, and then I'll have images. Yeah, all right. And we'll go with that. So we're coach, images, and now we're going to drag this guy right into there. That's got to be renamed. Oh, who are the arachnids? That was one of the things I was going to go look at. Leagues. Players, player skills, system init, teams, or is it leagues? Oh, here we go, team data, okay. Oh wait, do I not have arachnids anymore? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Never mind. That's team seed. That's team data seed, not. This is the team seed I actually want it to be. Right, here we go. It is GMO. The Gozman Motown Arachnids. Those are the Washington Commanders. GMO. What is it? How did I name the other ones? Do I use the same? Do I use capital? I don't remember what I used. I'm trying to be consistent here. So it's under leagues, players. Oh, I used their whole last name. Dude, that's not right. Rename. It's supposed to be divas, not the diabas. So it's the arachnids in. Let's be consistent. Do I even have the arachnids as a player pose? I don't even know if I have the arachnids as a player pose. Check it out. There are no arachnids. What the noodles, man? I haven't made a 3D pose of the arachnids. I don't have, I'll say of 34, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 18. Dude, I'm missing a lot. I'm missing 16 yet. Do the arachnids have a... Man, the arachnids... I don't even have an arachnids... I don't even have an arachnids logo yet. Jeez. How many am I missing for logos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm missing 14 logos. Actually, I think it's 15. I think I'm missing a team. I have 34 teams, but I think it's supposed to be 35 because I have the San Diego Chargers who've turned into LA Chargers, so that's 2. And then I also have the Oakland Raiders who turned into the Las Vegas Raiders. So that's 2. And then I have the Washington Redskins who turned into the Washington Commanders, which is technically 3 extra teams, which goes from 32 to 35. But the Commanders actually had 2 years where they were the Washington football team. Which theoretically would result in me having 36 teams. Which would be interesting. I'd have to come up with another team. I probably will. I'll create one for everybody. In time. It's not important right now, but... I don't even... Some of these teams don't fully even exist in my... But the coaches will. I'll have... Well... Actually, no, maybe they won't. Because the Commanders technically only recently existed, so maybe they're not high priority. I need to make sure I get all of my 2009s in before I get to all the other ones. But that's right. It's just that I'll use this as my dummy coach for now, and I'll put him in here. So we'll just go with it. Well, like the other ones are calling, the players are going by the full name, so we'll go by coaches, get the full name too. We'll just call them arachnids. Makes it easy to... I don't know if I like pose, but whatever. The pose is the idea that it's an image and not the model, but... So when it goes to get all these guys, it's going to go, they're all missing, and I'll be like, don't. It takes a long time to do images. But we will have to get them done. What time is it? It's 8:57. Who else would I want? Oh, we got to do the V-Born Scorned coach. Let's do one more. I got to do the V-Born Scorned coach. I mean, geez. Of all the teams, if I don't have them, I mean, it's like silly. That's just crazy talk, man. Oh, I gotta put this one. Let's actually call this one Arachnids Coach. And then we will go down here and I'll go to my player card images. Drop this guy in here. Go here. I want it to be the same as this guy. 2D UI single. 2D and UI single. I thought I removed the background, but it didn't save it as no background. It put a background on it. Pretty sure that has... Why is that not saved as a background? File, save as... Not sure why that... That one doesn't have a background. What the heck? Not sure what's going on there. Karama! How's it going, man? See, that one's missing the background. I don't know. Why doesn't that one get the background missing? That is weird. Even though I saved the other one right over the top of it. Huh. I don't know what extruded edges means, but whatever. That's the one I want. All right. So we're going to put this one into the coach image. So this should be, why is coach side A? Oh, they all have the background? Oh, that's weird. Great, that's card background. And then what is background? What's background? I don't know what background is, but I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna try and see what happens when I don't do that. Let's just go with this one and stick it in background. Coach default. So oh. Huh? Why is that? Why is that way down there? Oh, that's just the panel. Oh. Oh, that's why that doesn't have a thing. Never mind. I could put some background in there. I don't know what it's going to be, but that doesn't even need to be there. That could be a 0. Huh. I'm tempted to just change it because I want... So, base card dimensions, side B B would be the flip. It's an exact duplicate of the base card, which has an image in the card name. So I'd have to set the image to change, or I have to put it on each individual thing. Because that would mean the play. I mean, I guess theoretically I could just copy the image and let's just do this. Let's just do this. We're going to go Control C, V. We're going to drop this one down here instead. Oh, does that even work? Because these are the panels. Ah. Oh. Son of a French fry. I wonder if it'd just be easier to have it set the image to the default. Huh. I feel like he needs a background, huh? Like I need to have something other than, because he's kind of the same color as the area that's behind him. Like he could have a stadium or some other background. Do I have any good images that would be a good place to him just be hovering over? Let's go see here. Of all of my cool images, which of these would be a good background? It's gotta be something. What if I just use my like FCL logo? Oh, you know what'd be cool if I could use like the team logo behind him. I mean, it would still be because it's still what the team is red and gold, so that might still be a problem. I'm still going to have him sitting on red. I don't know. I might even change the background card. I'm not a terrible fan. Buff man. Who are you talking to? Karama? Face hair. You'll have to try it sometime. It's actually kind of, you know, I've gotten used to it. I've had a mustache since forever. And I shave it off periodically, and it drives my wife. She's like, what the heck? Thing is, she doesn't like it when I grow a beard and stuff. I don't ever grow thick, heavy beards, but I've grown like, you know, frames and various variations of beard over the year. Throughout the year, I make changes, but the hair on my face is prickly, man. She doesn't like it. It's kind of pokey. She's like, ow! She's not a fan of how prickly my face gets. I even bought some stuff that's supposed to soften your hair, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if it works very well. So that's what it's like, man. It's problematic. But okay, look. If you shave your head, you have to have a beard or a mustache. It just looks weird to be totally hairless up here on the head. You need something. Now, I guess some people don't, but it's just, to me, it doesn't work. I look weird to have nothing up here. don't. I don't like it. So, yeah. All right, so I can't think of a background right now. Maybe I'll come up with I'll have to come up with some kind of cool background for this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll cut the frame off of this, and then I'll just keep the border, and then I'll have different internal parts, but I haven't decided what those internal parts are going to be because they have to be kind of faded so you can see the text underneath. So I have to come up with a good layout for that. But for now, we're just going to let this be my coach card. So and that's the coach image, and we're going to call this is the card image. But this is going to have to be I'm going to call this a player image. Because that's what it is. Actually, you know what? It's player default image. And this is going to be coach default image. Now I think this actually pulls, there's a setting or something on here that's actually using that. Yeah, card image. So it's the player default image there. I'll probably have to add in like the coach default image and maybe even a play default image so that it can swap them out as it needs to. But this is what it'll use when it loads the coach. So I could probably, it doesn't matter which ones, I'll probably have to tell it to activate it. But we'll go with that. We'll have him have, this is weird, why is this got a different, wait. Why is that a different font? Or a different size? I think my font is not correct either. Yep. Shall we go common title? Oh, does that change the color? Common body? I don't know. I may have to create a different copy of that. Because yeah, I think I have to go change that. Common title. We're going to call this one card title. This way when I do the cards I can adjust their. For now, we're going to go ahead and have this one be, oh, we'll go ahead and stick it with yellow again. That's what all these are, right? Common. Yeah. That means going back up here and clicking on position and saying apply style now. Oh, it's because I didn't actually set it. So I gotta go here, go card title. There we go. That's better. Of course, he's not a QB, so by default, we're just going to have this one say head coach. Which is going to be weird because, no, you know what? I'm going to have this be a line. Just because I want it to show me when it's not setting. I need to be able to see when it sets. And then we'll have salary. And experience, which aren't setting right now. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. He should also be using the same thing. Add textile applier. We're going to go card title. Weird. How come that one didn't set right? That was weird. Is that because I don't have enough room for it? It does need an auto size, but that's weird. Oh, because I did double lines. Never mind. Never mind. I changed it to double lines. That's why. I'm not sure why this one's not showing the value I put in there, but it is showing. Oh, it's because I didn't click on that. That's why. Never mind. Ignore me. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Oops. That's fine. Okay. No, she would rather me just keep the mustache. Even though it's prickly, she'd rather me keep just the mustache. And I do shave everything else off every now and then. But I don't like it. I like having at least the goatee. I've had it pretty small. I've even done just the, what they call it? The, I don't know, it's not the widow's peak. That's up here. I don't know what's it called when it's just the a soul patch or something. It's just the piece that goes under your lip. I've done that. I've never done just the. I did a what is the guy? There's a guy on a Hunger Games. Yes, my daughter's birthday was today. Good job. I remembered it. But I've done the thing on a Hunger Games. There was a guy who he basically had a frame that went all the way around his head, but he shaved off just in the middle, just like basically a razor's width between the side and the goatee. So basically, he had sideburns plus a goatee, and I did that one time. I mean, it didn't look terrible. It was just, didn't do anything for me. I wasn't a fan. See, this guy is dark for some reason. Is it because my image is not fully solid? Because that's white. That's not white. That's showing up as like weird color. It's almost like there's something shading it. Huh. It just looks dim for some reason. Anyway, so okay, what I do have some values I need to add. Your tongue cue reminded you? That's right, you were saying something about that. All right, so I got to add some fields. Values that need to be on the coach card. I'm trying to decide if I need to have a side A and a side B for the coach. I might not, but I do need to mark down what he has. Okay, so he needs to have, I need to insert a, I don't want a slider, bar of some kind. Particle system force field? What the heck are those? Trail line? A line? I like to do it without numbers if I can, you know? Like a bar that, because it has to add up to it has to add up to 100% of the plays are going to be influenced by the thing is offense and defense are differently. He might call the offensive plays but not the defensive, or vice versa. I was thinking about just having influence be the thing, like play calling influence. GM gets a percentage. Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. I don't even know what to do that. I wonder if Bezzy could help me come up with an idea for that. What would that look like? I'm sure there's a better way, but I think I might just put it in there to get it. I think I will go with numbers to start. And only because I don't know, I want to have something in there, and I don't want to waste forever on this. I can always clean it up or come up with another idea later. Panel, and then let's see, how is salary done? So it is a percentage, which is going to change. All right, let's go. We're going to add a percent work transform. And then we're going to go top. I don't know how this is gonna scale when it shows. That's the thing. And then we'll put in a new text. We'll call this one play call influence. Play calling influence. We'll just call it play calling, 'cause I don't want to do too much. And then we're going to go top stretch. And we'll say 0 and 0. I'm not sure. See, this is going to be a problem because you know what? I think what I may have to do see, my cards are all, they show up as all kinds of different sizes. Is that so? I wonder if can I do a? Can you do a vertical group and a horizontal group together? Probably could if I only had the two and then I encapsulated them. So like I could do a vertical go. I'm trying all this weird stuff. Go here. And then go here, go vertical layout group. And then this one needs to be a layout, there needs to be a layout element on it. And then we'll go here. This is going to be, I hope this works. UI panel, and this one's going to be influence. How about GM? No? That's the panel. Alright, so influence. And this one is supposed to be play call panel. So this is just a title and it's play calling, and we got to change the text applier. And down here we'll use the title again. Oops. So I must not have any width. That's supposed to be stretch. Set stretch top. No. I don't think cubes, I don't think tungsten cubes actually make you any more powerful, man. Not to be a downer, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do what you think it does. Not to rain on your parade or anything. This one has the vertical layout group, and this guy has a layout element, which would be it'll be allowed to be tiny, but I don't know what tiny is going to be. Preferred width, flexible height. And then this guy should have a layout group or a layout element on it. He'll have flexible height as well. And this guy cannot control width, but he can control height. Child height. And we'll go with middle upper center, or how about middle center? Sure. So that should force my images. No, why is it squishing it? It's on. How is it squishing it? See, I don't understand sometimes how these things work. Why? You can't control the width. How come it's changing the width? Hi, Bezzy. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Take a look. Oops, let's go with this. Take a look at the game card V2. It's going to save this. I can see everything I'm doing. Save. Save project. Take a look at game card V2. I am adding a coach info side A panel to be used for coach card. In it, I have the play call panel with a vertical. You know what? It just occurred to me. I have a better idea. Let's get rid of this. I just remembered there's a thing I learned that might be better. So let's go back here. And we're going to go stretch upper. We can get rid of this too. And then we're going to go 0, 0. And then the anchors, if I remember correctly, are going to be at 0.5 and 0, and then we set this thing here to 0. Nope. Is that not right? Did I do that? I inverted it. How about 0 and 0.5? Oh, okay. Is it 1? So if 1 is the top, and this is 0.5? Kind of, except that's... Oh, what do you know? It is right. Huh. Alright. So if that's 0.5 and 1, this one has to be stretch bottom. Zero, 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 zero. And that would reverse this. That would be... So if this one is 0.5 and 1, this would probably be 1 and 0.5? Or 0 and 0.5 maybe. Hey, I think I got it. Okay, so that should make it dynamically stretch the way I want it to. Now we'll see how well that works in practice when I actually put stuff in here. So now I've got to go, I've got to create six items in here. UI, Text Mesh Pro. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, GM value, OC value, DC value. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to go GM, TP, GM, TMP, GM, value, TMP. No, I guess not. I'm pretty sure it's, I think I would say the power of a cube is none. There's no power in a cube, except what you give it, man. You give it the power, it's got the power. All right, so we got, this one is OC TMP. OC value TMP. DC TMP. And DC value. And this guy's going to have DC. And this guy's going to be dash dash. GM. OC. Oops, stop doing that. Can I do that here too? Alright. So now I also need to add the text applier. Probably a better way to have done this. That would have been faster, but I did not use that way. Can I just copy this? Or will it move it? I think it might move it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's dumb. Can I copy it? Copy component. Doesn't do you any good if you can't put it on. Cut, copy. You can't do the paste. Whatever. Okay. So I got that. Now I just need to put... What I'm probably going to have to change is these guys to a different text as well. I'm going to have to create one for card body or card titles, card body, card text. All right, card text. Probably could use button text. It's the same color, but I don't want my buttons to be connected to my cards because I might do something different with them. They might be different colors eventually. Card text. And this one's going to be, I'm just going to, for now, it'll be white. I could put an outline on my text. Would that make any difference? Still looks dark to me. I feel like there's still some kind of shade over this. I don't know what it is. Nope. Doesn't seem to have any effect. Probably because I'm not actually using it. Oh, underlay color. Is that a thing? Huh, I'm not seeing it. If it does have it, I don't know what it is. Huh. Oh, pff, I'm not even applying this text. Doing. Can't expect it. Now that goes for about anything, right? I mean, okay, well that's not totally true. I guess you could throw a pillow at somebody, probably won't hurt them much. Okay, there's a little bit of power. There's certainly some centrifugal force. Centrifugal? Not centrifugal. What's the term for excreted force? I don't know. Extruded? Some kind. It's got force flying. It's got force in flying. All right, so let's see. I should be able to... I wonder if I could apply the same... If I were to go to these guys... I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to multi-apply stuff, because there's really got to be a better way to do this. Text applier. And we'll go card text. Now, do all of them have it? Huh. They do. Nice. It worked, I guess. Okay. So let's go up here to the position and change that to card text too. No, not position, salary. Change that to text supplier. Card text, experience, text supplier, card text. All right. We're getting closer. And then we will, now I got to add a horizontal layout group. Oh. I don't even need this anymore, that can go away. Horizontal layout group. Kind of, sort of. Hey, it kind of, sort of already fixed it. So we don't want to control, we can control width, but I don't want to control height. There you go. Can I control anything with them horizontally if I don't control their height? What if I allow it to control height? Would it do anything? No, it doesn't do anything. Upper left? Let's just do... I don't think it matters, but we'll do upper center. Because I'm... Oh, you know what? I think I'll do middle center. That'll be better. That should drop them into the middle of the field, I think. Oh, I see. The text is not the height of the object. So if I was to go, that's actually not bad. But I think I want all these to be... I want them to be middle aligned. There we go. Now, the same thing I did with this, but I think my whole box might be too big, but I want to see what this looks like. But I got to make sure that that it uses the coach card now instead of the player card, player info. Now the coach card right now is not being loaded at all. What time is it? 9:46. Yeah, time's running out on me. All right, so I need to implement some code here. So I'm adding a coach info side A panel to be used for coach card. Please add it to the I mean, honestly, I don't even know why. If I have the coach default image, right? Yeah. Okay. We'll go get this. I just got to think of it in my head how it's going to work here. Please add it to the game card.cs script. Along with the coach default image. When I need you to add code to both the coach to the initialization, that when the coach to the activation of the coach info side A dash panel. Need to add code. Whoops. Did you add code about the activation of the coach and the deactivation? That when it is set active, the coach default dash image is set active slash deactive along with it. Then do the same thing for the player info side A dash panel. I mean, truly, I suppose, since I'm doing separate images, I should just stick them inside the spot. I don't even know why I'm doing it this way. Player info. Oh, that's play info text panel. I guess I could just do this. Just go play default dash image, and then just stick this one in here. And then stick this one in here. I have a lot of things for my, so I have, yeah, it's probably getting pretty late for you. You're what, 3 hours ahead of me? You have a good one, man. Sleep well. I'm going to be hitting the hay myself in about 10, 15, 20 minutes. So you have a good one. Till next time, man. Take it easy. I'm going to see if I can get this thing loading. If miraculously, if I can get this loading before I go to bed, but I don't know. I've also created separate default images for the play info text. Panel and the player info side A dash panel. I don't know if that's going to work. Ugh. Because what I was using... it's like I want them to use the default images that are specific to the kind of card, but it's also going to change all of my loading processes because they all have to reference a different image box at that point. Oh, it's inside the panel. No! 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 I keep forgetting those are not panel thingnets. Those are panels different for these things. I'm overthinking it. That's what the problem is. But what I will do is this. I will still call this a play default image. And we'll have to update. They can just use different default images. Sort of. Right now the play is still... the player and the default are still the same, but the coach is different. Do another one here, image, and we will put that one over here. We're going to call this one card image, just like it was. Custom card. Actually, what this should be is this. Wait, what did I do? No. Where did I put that? Oh, whatever. Rename. Or no, we'll go with this. Oh, there's so many. It's such a thing to try to get all these to line up. Custom card image. Okay. Then when I'm in here, or here, the image I want here is going to be the custom card image. There we go. Blah. So we have coach default, play default, player default, and the custom card image. But this custom card image we will put up on top of everybody. No. Where did you go? Where did you go? I put it somewhere. It moved. No. You're supposed to be right there. There you go. Okay. And honestly, I could just put it underneath, because I think if they're underneath, that puts them on top. So if I made this visible, it'll hide. Yep. Perfect. Alright, so I got the coach default, which is going to be part of the... Alright, so I think we're good. Also, all right, we'll let it take care of that. Honestly, I'm not sure why when I changed these, they changed their text, but they didn't change their size, which is weird. Maybe I'm not defining size. I hope I'm not defining size anyway, because that kind of throws things off when I do that. So additionally to play calling influence, I need to have tendency. So I'm going to go ahead and create, this is the play call. Oh, it's doing stuff. Of course it is. Keep me from doing what I want. Coach, play call. We're just going to go. And we're going to call this one. Tendency. Now I've thought about adjusting this, not just saying they're pass and run, but to actually make them dynamic. So make them, you know, pass or run focus, but like at a percentage. Now, if I say that if they're balanced, they're going to be somewhere in the middle. Like I might say, well, what would be like, they would use a balanced, what would be considered a balanced play calling scheme? I mean, 50-50, yes, but I mean, you're not always going to do 50-50. So what would be what would still be considered balanced if you're if I was to say a guy has, you know, he tends towards a balanced play calling. I wonder if I should use a slider for that one. Because the thing is, I have 3 types of route game plans for coaches to use: pass, run, and balanced. And the same goes for defense: pass, run, balanced. So there's 6. But there's actually 18 because I have difficulty levels or challenge levels. Really, the challenge levels are just going to be the ones that have spent the most time learning. All right, man, I gotta sign off. I've been on long enough. It's been almost 2 hours. Play call. Play tendencies. Probably things that and bonuses that they can give. Maybe a couple of key bonuses. Coaches each provide something. But I don't have any of those yet. Oh, fun. Somebody didn't want to go to school tomorrow. It's like called in a bomb threat. Oh, darn, school's canceled. They must have had an important test that they didn't want to... they didn't want to take part in. Yeah. That I'm sure that'll happen. No, dude, I'm sure. You know, you know that most bomb threats are nonsense, right? But I suppose, you know, anything's possible. But I lean towards it's probably nonsense. So, all right, so I have that. I'm thinking I want to do some kind of a slider view. But I'm trying to figure out how to implement the I mean, I know how I want to implement it in my head. I'm just trying to decide which which root game plans get used. I think what it would have to be, I would have to partition it and have a slider go across all of them. Okay, that's what I think I'll do. So I think what I will do is I'll go here and we're gonna go I probably need two. Probably need an offense and a defensive slider. But can you really? God. A 200-pound cube. Freaking A. Why would you? Why? Why would you want? How big is a tungsten cube that's 200 pounds? They're pretty dense, right? So they don't need to be very big to be that heavy. That'd be crazy. That's insane. So we got tendency, and we're gonna have the sliders. And instead of doing these things, we're gonna do two. We're gonna leave. I think inside of the tendency panel, I will have dividers and a slider that cuts across all of them. All right, this is going to be weird. All right, so we're going to do a slider. We're going to go UI, is it slider? And we're going to go, can you have an offensive slider like, I guess you could be like a pass defense or a run defense or a balance defense. I suppose you can. Yeah, I'll do it. This means you tend to focus on certain things, right? Offensive. I don't know, slide? Sure. And then we'll do another one. We'll say defensive side. And then we're going to get rid of these values. I'm wondering if I should just have the slider cut across or have headers. So like if I was to say put this one and this one as top aligned, and then we'll change this to say pass, and we'll align him center across, and then we'll say balanced, and, oops, he'll be top align center across, and then defense. or run. Nope. Yeah. No, top aligned and center cross. Okay. And then I don't need the values, I don't think. And then I think I need these to have their own I don't know if I can get all the information I want in here. I think I'm putting too much information for a front page. But I feel like there's their play calling influence, their tendency, and their and then of course their features or their special options. Trying to decide how my slider's going to work here. So if I got these guys need to be shorter. I'm just worried that I'm going to have too much text and not enough. Once these shrink, things aren't going to be very readable. That's the problem. Because like these guys are huge. And I think they're only barely readable when they get down to size. And those are 72. If I was to set all these guys, if I set him to 72, that's huge. Now I do have font adjustments, auto font adjustments, but this could be too much. And the idea is that it zooms in, takes up space. You don't have to have it be tiny, tiny. Because if it fits here, then when it gets to be magnified, it'll be fine. But I'm a little concerned. I got to make my zoom bigger. It's not zooming big enough. Maybe I'll get rid of the tendency header. I might not need that. Let's get rid of that one. Instead, both of us are having a hard time signing off here. We're going to call this one. I'm going to change it from a tendency panel. If I just get rid of the let's do that. We're gonna go, let's actually do this. Now we're just gonna do this. Get rid of that. I'm gonna go Control CV, and then we're gonna get rid of these. And here we'll get rid of these. There we go. That'll give me more room. And then we'll have my handle, which is an image. So we're going to go to icons. Button image. Nope. Where's it at? Common? There it is. Whew, that's tiny. I'll definitely make that bigger. Let's make it... Yeah, it's gotta be way bigger. Let's go 40. Oh. No, I just want... the handle thing. Oh, are these guys side by side? Is that the problem? Oh, maybe I have them side by side. I thought they were set up as above each other. Yeah, they're not above each other. Okay, so this one's gonna have to be... I guess we can say height 20. I don't know, I think a height 40 would be better, but... And then... That means that this one has to be 40 also. And they have to be underneath each other. One's gonna have to be... This one's gonna have to be aligned bottom. Oh, wait. Horizontal layout group. Oh. I have a horizontal layout group on this? Let's remove that. And then this will be stretch top. Stretch bottom. Slider dash panel. And a new have to be set to the top half, which should be 0.5 and 0. this is... Nope. Dang it. I always get to... It's so hard to remember how that's supposed to go. So this guy is 0.5 and 1. Okay, so he's 0.5 and 1. So this guy's 0.5 and 1. There you go. And that's good. That's good. I think we got that. So we're going to go here through here. We will recent these to the center again. And these guys are going to have to be shrank just slightly. We'll say, I want to say 0.5. Say point, no, it's this one, 0.6. Oops, wrong one. Dang it, did the wrong one. This is, okay, so that's 1. This is 0. This one should be 0.4. Okay, let's do that one. All right, that's good. 0.4. All right, so we'll do that on him. 0.4. 0. We're almost there. Mr. Nice Man, go to bed. I know, what time is it? Ah! It's almost 10:30. I've almost got it laid out. Let me just put in my headers, and then yes, I'm going to bed, because I need to go to bed. Because that's just, yeah. I'm going to be so tired again. I actually slept in this morning. I slept all the way to 6:30. Ugh. We're going to change this one to offense TMP. Offense TMP. And defense TMP. And then we're going to go like this. We're going to say add component, text applier. We're going to go here, card title, and we're going to go, both of these need to have the same left right, so we're going to say 0, 6. Oops, oh, gotta go 0.4. There we go. So this guy's gonna have to be 0. Wait, which one is that? Oh. Wait. Oh, I set them both. Oh, that's fine. The one's not in the type. They're on top of each other, though. This one's got to be same as this guy. Bottom. No. This guy's top 0.4. this guy is 25. Are we too tall? How tall did I do these guys? Oh, 40 and 20. Whew, it's gonna be small. This is probably gonna be too small. All right, so offense here is supposed to say offense. And defense, supposed to say defense. But here's the thing. They're way too small. So if I was to take this guy, and I wanted him to take up less of the same space, I could say 0.4 here. Oops, went the wrong way. It's gonna have to be 0.6. There you go. And then that would mean this one can be 0.6 on the other side. Not great. Mostly because I think it's just too cut off. It's just too tiny. I think I need to, or I need to change my font size, maybe 35. And then I'll set them to center float. Oh, I didn't even think about that. My pass, balanced, and run are all in the wrong place now. Oops. Which means I need like an empty text to push them all over. That takes up the same space as the offense. But that one's got a horizontal alignment group. How's that gonna work? I might have to have a minimum sized one. Dang it. So if I go here and here. Wait, they aren't using the same. Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's change this to 0.3. And rather than me setting these guys, just make them size to the size of the box. So I'll leave this as 0. So we got custom top. We're gonna go 0.5. Zero. And we're going to do the same thing on him. I'll say 0.5. 0. Better. Better, 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 better. Guess I'll do the same thing. Because by doing it this way, I make sure I use up my space, and I can make it as big as the space it allows. Maximum space utilization, man. I can just put this up here now. And this one right there. I actually want, I don't know if I like this, but I don't know how to do it. I have to figure out some way to change that, but don't be like me and stay up until 3. I know. Okay. I know. I do this. This game is addictive. I'm gonna get this thing working, man. It's gonna happen because I can't stop working on it. 15 months in, 16 months in, and I'm still going. But I want to get it done. It's more than just it's more than just progress, but I want to get it done fast, which is relative, of course, but why? Oh, okay, so this is going to go down to 0.3, I think. Now, I got to figure out how to adjust this, because this one is controlled. Wait, no, the values inside of it are controlled. I don't think this has any control. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, nice. So I can do this. And I can just set it to 0.3. This is 0. Perfect. Look at that beauteous. All right. That was easy. So we'll see how that looks when it actually loads. But so I've got play calling values. I've got the tendencies. And then I'm going to have their specials, their bonuses, their perks. I don't know what I call them. The things that that coach brings to the team besides play calling and tendency logic. So what the tendencies are going to do is it's going to allow the coach to make adjustments to their game plan, but when they make adjustments, it's going to go in their tendency direction. Say, for example, a play is unsuccessful. If he's more run-oriented, he's more likely to try to replace that with a run play. If he's more pass-oriented, he's more likely to update it with a pass play. And that way, he'll have tweaks and effects that find what works for that particular coach. What I'm also thinking is maybe it'll have something to do with the frequency of change. Maybe they're slower to change run plays or something, because these guys know passes or whatever. It's kind of hard, honestly, to decide how to build their UI or AI, because they're all going to have a root. So if they lean towards passing, balanced, or run, whichever it is that they lean towards, it's going to be that route that they get. So if they're a pass leaning coach, they're going to use the pass route. And so all their changes and things they do that are pass oriented are going to affect that route. They're not going to affect the balanced or the running route. It's going to be they're contributing to how that route forms over time, but it's going to be different for each coach, because some of them will affect it at different rates of change. But the idea is that ultimately, hopefully, they all start to find what's more successful, and the route will improve or get pretty consistent for people, but it won't. It'll always have a lean that the coach can always change. So every coach is going to have their own, and coaches don't ever get influenced by the route changes that come up. They only when they come into the league will they get to use the route. The route is a source that they improve on or that they change, but it's unique to each coach after they've started to change it. It's like a delta system. I've got the route, I have the default, and then I have the various routes, and then I have each coach's delta that they can build off of. And then the routes are meant to be a kind of a delta that just allows me not to have a million different game plans in the system. The coaches will only change them once they find or come up with solutions that fix to them different changes. And it'll allow coaches to adjust to their team. That's the idea. So that their team might have better receiving and they'll start adjusting towards the receiving, or they might have better running backs and they'll adjust towards running backs depending on what their thing is. So, but there we go. There's most of it. I haven't got a specials down here yet. I've got to add that in because that's going to be, I don't know what to call it yet, but it'll be a thing that these I have values, and the system is set up to actually start setting these values. The system is not set up for specials. Those are going to come later, but I do need to put them on there just so that I can have a dummy value in there. I'm hitting the hay, man. You did it. You convinced me. I'm a half hour late.